This is my 2023 Acura Integra, and I decided to buy it over the TLX because it's much more striking design and it has more interior room. So when the dealership informed me that the color combination that I want, which is the carbon gray and the red, is available, I went ahead and purchased this car since there were four more people behind me who were also interested to get this car. Um, I wanted red because I've been driving cars with black interior for the longest time, and it just got so boring, and it's too dark. I wanted something different. Um, I know a lot of people are disappointed when this car came out, but looking at it in the picture and watching some videos over the internet doesn't really justify how this car looks like. It looks a lot better in person when you get the chance to see it. I know in LA there isn't a lot of this. From my experience, I haven't really seen a lot of Integra on the road. Probably since it came out, I only saw two. So now, since I have this, a lot of people are actually looking at it and probably wondering what kind of car is this, or is this a new Integra or whatnot. But I that's not the reason why I purchased this car. It's more of like practicality. And also it saves me a lot of gas. I used to drive a Lexus which averaged me about 21 to 22 miles per gallon, and I have to fill up some gas on that every week. On this one, I average about 34 between 34 to 38 miles per gallon, and at least it saves me gas. It takes me about 10 days before I fill them up again. So looking at this side profile, as you can see here, it has a very striking look. It has a coupe back, fast back design, and just like what I've said, practicality. It has a lot of tons of room in the back where I can place a lot of my items, such as my gym bag and my work stuff. I installed some decals, and to make to just to personalize it, even those air vectors to help improve the stability of it. I know it doesn't do much, but appearance wise it looks pretty good. Opening up the hood, this is how much space I have. Just like what I've said, that's my big large gym bag and my work backpack, and I still have more room, and I can even expand the room by bringing those seats, folding them up, and it would add more additional room to put more stuff in it. So checking the interior, so you can see I am drawn to this red interior. Looks really nice here. Looks different from the cars that I have driven before. And yes, a lot of people are saying that this is just a Honda Civic in a tux, which again, yes, I would agree. And Integra has always been like that anyway, since it came out in the 80s. I think I was only 2 years old when this car came out, and back in high school I really wanted to go get one, but I didn't have steady income, so I had to wait. But when I finally got a job, the car got discontinued, which made me sad. But here it is again. And Acura decided to relaunch this car, and I was one of the people that was really excited when I first heard the news. Yeah, the interior looks like it's a Honda Civic, but it has a little bit more premium touch to this, since Acura is not really a luxury car. I consider it more as a premium car. The ELS Sound Studio sounds fantastic. Adaptive dampers, the heads-up display, and it has I think 4 modes of driving, for which you can choose what depending on your preference, the kind of driving you would like to do. Um, only complaints that I have, just like some other people also have expressed their opinion, it didn't have any ventilated seats, and there's no rear air vents, which is kind of disappointing. Why Acura did not include those, since some of the commodity cars such as the Hyundai and Kia, they offered those. I think even Nissan have a ventilated seat, so I don't know why Acura decided not to offer those. So I think they kind of missed the mark for those things not to be offered. I would also prefer to have a folding side mirrors to be just to be in the pick on this, but I could live with it even if it doesn't have one. The sound system of this car is really fantastic. I used to drive a Lexus, and I have the Mark Levinson there, which I thought it's disappointing. Again, that's based on my personal experience and opinion. Acura ELS Sound Studio sounds a lot better. I think the tech package, spec tech package, a tongue twister there, it's really worth buying it. I don't really like the Alexa integration.
I'm having trouble connecting.
Since you can hear now,
check your network connection and try again.
It's not really integrating well with my phone. It worked for a few days. Maybe I just need to spend more time to it, but I'm having a hard time integrating it. I only have this car for 10 days, I think. When I first got it, it only had 4 miles, so it even had some plastic. As you can see here, the infotainment screen also have some more plastic that I haven't really removed yet, and has some stuff in there too. Some of the plastics that was covering this car, I had to remove them myself. Which is, I know it's nowadays it's a little bit hard to get a car because of the supplies, the chip shortage, and the markup of the dealership that they're doing, plus all these accessories that they're adding, that I don't think it brings no value to the car. They just jack up the price. So I was really lucky when I got this car, since it didn't have nothing like that, didn't have any markup. I just had to really do my research and look for a dealership that doesn't really have those kind of things, that forcing the buyers to go get them. I'm not planning to do anything on this car, rather than just put some decals or emblems, or personalize them a little bit. I'm not an enthusiast as I was when I was younger. I think this car is really age appropriate for me, since I'm in my 30s. I would prefer to drive something a little bit more comfort, a little bit more luxury, compared when I was younger, when I prefer Honda Civic and some Japanese cars out there that's fun to drive. But this car, it doesn't take away the experience of driving it and having this fun, but it will not let you push it to its limits. It kind of like telling me that I should not be driving fast, but rather enjoy the car more, rather than when you're driving a Honda SI. It would, the fun factor is there, but having said that, it doesn't really take away the fun factor of driving these cars. It drives really well, and I'm really satisfied with the way that it performs. And Acura didn't really disappoint as far as putting this car together, and I really can't wait to see the Type S version of this. I'm pretty sure that it will be based off again with the Honda Type R, which is not a bad thing, since that car is fantastic. So I'm pretty sure that when that Type S comes out, it will be based on that Type R platform as well. Back here, I have enough room. There's enough room here to fit people, even probably over 6 feet, or at least 6 feet. They'll be comfortable riding this car. I don't know about summertime, since just like what I've said, there's no vent in there, but it's a good thing that the air circulation here inside, it's pretty good. So there you have it. This is my personal review for the new 2023 Acura Integra. I'm pretty sure that I will have a lot of good times with this car, and I'm really planning on keeping this car. And and excited for the future of this car and see where Acura will take this to the next level. And I'm pretty sure they're over the time period they will add more stuff into it, as every year or every 3-year cycle of the car they would do a mid-cycle refresh or whatnot. I'm pretty sure they would add more touch into it to make it more desirable for the public and for other people to also try it. I Nowadays, it's hard to find a car that below the 40,000 mark. Everything now is so expensive, and having this car that is priced right. And I truly believe that it's priced right, and I'm pretty sure that when people try this they would fall in love with it, just like what happened to me. Since, like what I mentioned earlier, I'm just looking for something more practical that would take me to point A to point B, but doesn't take away the fun of driving a car. And reliability and quality, that's always been one of the key factor of Acura. So I'm positive that this car would last me a long time. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And like what I've said, this is my personal review. I am not trying to convince other people or try to make you change your mind about your opinion of this car. It's my car, so I'm just sharing how my impression about this vehicle. Thank you so much for watching.